And he says, yeah, sure, man, no problem. Here, he opened the account up. I'm like, oh my God, this changed my life. I saw $648 million in one account.
That's why we're here. You're my coach right now. I believe in hiring coaches. They made a huge impact in my life. So have you had some coaches along the way, and do you currently have coaches? How does Grant Cardone invest in his own personal development?
Yeah,
is my
so
question.
look, I spend a lot of time and money in researching what other people are doing that works.
Yeah.
So whether hiring a coach is the cheapest, easiest, fastest way to do it. You come over here, you tap into me. Most of the time, like when you're trying to reach for somebody that's doing something big, like they're not making their services available.
Right.
Because the exchange really doesn't work. I spent 3 months with a guy who just sold his company for $4 billion. That was a game changer for me.
Yeah.
It cost me millions of dollars to do that.
Yeah.
Like he didn't want money. You can't give a guy money.
Right.
He's worth $4 billion. Like, what am I going to give him?
Yeah.
There's nothing I'm going to give him that moves his bar. So I got to figure out, how do I move his bar? How do I help him service him? And I didn't want 1 hour with him. I just wanted to be in the space for a while.
And this is recent?
This was maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
And you go into it, there's no agenda. Like, he doesn't know I'm coming in for coaching. He doesn't know I'm coming in to hang in the ether. Everybody is. Everybody wants in this guy's space.
Yeah.
But I figured out how to maneuver into it, spend some time with him to serve it like it was,
You're creating value for him.
Yeah,
yeah. And you get to know him through the process.
Yeah. But there's no agenda. Like, we're going to sit down and talk today.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was 3 years ago. I was already fairly successful. Like, but now I got to put myself in kind of a subservient situation where I'm like, what can I get you? How can I help you? What can I, I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah.
And then whatever's left over, I get to like observe, look through, pick through, and decide what fits for me. And so, I just started, like, every day when I would spend time with him, I was looking at, okay, what's this guy doing? When's he looking at his cash accounts? What's it look like? I remember asking him, dude, I want to see your bank balances. And he's like, what? I said, I want to see the money. I got close enough with him where I could just be myself, right?
Right.
I said, I want to see the money.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, sure, man, no problem. Here, he opened the account up. I'm like, oh my God, this changed my life. I saw $648 million in one account. I'm like, oh my God. I couldn't even, like, the first time I saw it, is that 648,000? No, it was $648 million. I was like, whoa. Another day he lost, I think he lost 20 or $30 million in the stock market. I'm like, wow, dude, that's crazy. We were on our way to the ABC Islands. I was flying him out there, and I thought the 20 or 30 million was a big deal. Next day, he loses 200 million in one day.
Did you tell him to get all this money out of the stock market and put it into multifamily?
No, you never give these guys advice like that. They look at you like, you're stupid, dude. Okay, because he already scored. He knows what his score is, right? He's not a real estate guy either. What he is, he takes companies, builds them up into cash flow machines, and then sells them.
Okay.
He's not a stock guy either.
Yeah.
Which was an interesting phenomenon, because here he's watching the stock market every day, but that's not how he made his money. I even told him that one day. I said, you didn't make your money doing this.
Yeah.
We became friends. The relationship shifted,
yeah.
And towards the end of this trip, it was like, I'm his buddy, and I could tell him anything.
Yeah.
And he had respect for me, and so it was a really cool relationship. But one day I watched him lose $200 million. I was like, and I'm watching the guy. Like, when a guy's losing $200 million one day, you don't say much to him.
Right.
You're just like, maybe you just leave him alone.
Want a drink?
You want a drink? No, I don't drink. You want a drink? You want heroin? and the guy looked at me and says, oh, by the way, this guy, he told me a story about alcohol. He was in Santa Barbara. He was driving home to Santa Barbara one day from his office 20 years ago, and said he was thinking about the wine he was going to drink when he got to his house. And that was the day he quit drinking wine. He's like, it was preoccupying.
Smart.
I was spending time thinking about something I was going to do. And he's like, that wasn't good for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. Smart takeaway, right? So anyway, the day he lost $200 million, I said, man, like, I'm watching the guy, not even bothered by it.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't appear to be bothered. Maybe he is on the inside, I don't know. Next day,
I'm sure he has that financial oasis in his head too, to a certain degree, right?
Yeah, he's like, I can't get hurt here.
Yeah.
200 million, whatever. But the point of being around that, being in an environment was that big, without advice being given. This was the guy not giving me advice. Anything I've told you to do, I've already done it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you what worked for me.
Yeah.
And so watching this guy go through that, I'm like, okay, wait, I just saw 648 million. I just saw him lose 200. And then that really helped me think, hey, you need to start thinking bigger, bud. You need to think where you're in a position where your cushion's so big, you can lose 200 million. That same night, the guy gave $10 million to the church, to a church project, a philanthropic project. So he lost 200 million and still gave 10 away. That was the big piece for me. Like, okay, he's got enough. He's created enough. He thought big enough. Drop out of college, think big enough to have a score, to pay the taxes, okay, to lose money and still give money away. I said that's the position I want to be in.
A lot of money away.
Yeah, a lot of money. A lot of money.
Substantial difference, yeah.